Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. reverse. And reverse. upwards. Reverse. And touch the earth. And close your pores. Salute our masters. And salute your classmates. Thank you, everyone. If you're going to stay for Tai Chi, give me 15 minutes. So we'll start at 10 minutes past the hour, right? Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Ciao. I'm gonna vote for Trump. Kevin. Catherine. And Jill.
Sorry, I may be in and out today because I've got gardeners doing lots of stuff.
Okay, then we'll start with you. So lead us in the first section of the form.
Oh, okay. All right.
We have to get our time with Jill in early.
Oh, there we go. Okay, good. You are improving. You've been practicing, haven't you? Yes,
Good. Good to see.
I'm thinking about it.
A couple of thoughts here. One, when you do this move here, there's a temptation to open up a little bit too wide. So basically you're at 180 degrees, all right? Make sure you don't do that. you want to be, 90 degrees here and 90 degrees here. Right? It'll
Right.
still give you plenty of space, but you want to be inside there, not inside there.
Right.
Why? You can feel it. It throws you backwards when you do that.
Yes.
And if you're pushing hands with somebody, they've got their hands on you, and you open up like that, they're going to feel that, and they're just going to push you down on your butt.
Right.
Second thing, when you do this move here, all right, you come down right next to your hip bone here, all right,
Mm.
boom. So it's not in front, it's here. So what you might be doing is stepping between somebody's feet. So he's standing there, step between his feet, and then you're going to push into his hip.
Mm.
Right? If you push into the hip, not where the bone is, here's the bone up here, but into what's really the quad, into this area here. If you push in there, you'll collapse the hip, and that's the idea of the move.
Mm.
Okay, good. Catherine.
Okay.
Okay, good. So today I want to go over the first section of the form and establish how many yin and yang cycles are actually in each move. I wish this was Saturday and we then would have Sunday to work on this too, but we don't. So let's just do the first move. Since we all should know the first move, so I'm going to do the first move. Kevin's going to keep score. We're going to establish this, and maybe we can write this up and send it around to everybody so everybody's got the same thing. And then next Saturday is going to be your midterm test. Catherine,
It's
don't tell me you're not.
Thanksgiving in the United States
What,
of
say what?
America.
Say
It's
what?
Thanksgiving in the United States of America next Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
No,
That's
it's
right.
Thursday.
Yeah, it's
Well, I
Thursday,
mean, it's
but you're right.
Thanksgiving weekend.
You're right. We have a long weekend. We're not going to be here, so it'll be 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we'll have the test, and everybody's going to do one or two moves and show me where the yin and yang cycles are. All right?
But Kevin is gonna note down everything and send it to us.
Kevin's gonna note down everything and he'll send it around. All right.
Thanks.
Okay.
And we'll have
First
2 weeks
move.
for this video, right?
What's that?
Because you're going to record this video and then we'll have 2 weeks to review the tape.
Yes, absolutely. You'll have 2 weeks to review. The first move, so simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Yin, yang, yin, yang, yin, yang, yin, yang. Okay, so that gives you the number. The number in the first move is 4 of yin and yang cycles. So there are 4 yins and 4 yangs, of course. With every cycle, there's a yin and a yang. And there's also 4 of something else. And we mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, and it's really important. So I want to include it in this. If you've got 4 yin and yang cycles, there are going to be 4 of these things. All right? I'm being kind of vague, but does anybody remember what I'm talking about? In addition to the yin and yang cycles, there's one other element.
The stillness point.
Yes, exactly. That is so important because yin and yang grow out of stillness. So stillness is your ultimate ground point. You're essentially touching on the ground every time you touch stillness. So you begin in stillness. The actual translation of Kai Shi is not so much literal as metaphoric. It means starting from stillness. Kai Shi. Literally, it means opening move. But what it means poetically is starting from stillness. So one of the things that Catherine did that I really liked is she took her time when she started the form. She just took her time to compose herself. She didn't just run into the form. She took 30 seconds, 60 seconds, however long it takes, right? You set yourself down and you relax into your body. And when you feel ready, then motion begins. That's touching on stillness. And that's a really, really important element in this. So, one way to think about this is at the beginning of every yin and yang cycle, you touch on stillness. At the end of every yin and yang cycle, you again touch on stillness. And then that becomes the beginning of the next yin and yang cycle. So there's really three elements in every yin and yang cycle. There's just one of them is hidden. But it's really important because it actually largely determines not so much the timing, but the pace of the form. If you don't touch on yin and yang, what happens is you end up rushing. You just sort of rush on through. And and most people do that when they're beginning Tai Chi, and they may do that for years. All right. But if you're paying attention to the points of silence and stillness, all right, that's going to slow you down because you have to slow down to find that space. Huh? All right. Stillness. 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 Now, the stillness also takes you to the actual physical ground too. When you go into the yin part of a movement, you're going to be doing that too. But this already gets you there, so you're a little bit ahead of the curve. Any questions? So this is what I'm going to want to see you guys do. So if I say, all right, Jill, you do the first move, I want her to count off and demonstrate the yin and yang cycles, and also then tell us where the yin parts are and where the yang parts are, and finally tell us where the still points are. All right? That gives you the basic structure of the music, so to say. There's a lot more, as you know, on top of that, but that's the foundation structure. Okay, move number 2. Speaking of Jill, I think we should have Jill do that, all right? Jill, you do number 2, and then Catherine, you do number 3.
Let's hope we don't have a repeat. All right. So this is where I get confused. So like when you first move up, I seem to recall that's more pump.
Remember that the first part of this move is kind of hidden, and it would be okay with me, but it would be okay just to go, well, that's just the beginning, and so that's 1. But the truth is, there's actually a hidden yin and yang cycle there. It goes like this. 1. And then 2. All right? But again, you have to see it. And when folks perform, you can watch me, you can watch Master Feng, you can watch Master Zhang. You probably won't even see that first one because it's literally hidden. But that doesn't mean you're not doing it. You're just doing it inside where it can't be seen. All right? So you're not going to see this. Peng, Lu, An, Qi. You're not going to see, you'll see the Peng, but you won't see the Lu, An, or Ji. All right? It'll just disappear down in here. All right? So it looks like Pung, and then on. What can I say? It's there. It's just hidden in there. If you needed to do it in real life, you could certainly do it because you're prepared. You're mentally prepared and you're physiologically prepared. Yes, Catherine.
So I'm a little confused. I thought that first movement 4, and then we have the first part of the next move here, yin and yang.
Yes.
That works too?
Yeah, you could say so. Yin, yang.
Mm-hmm.
Yin, yang. Yin, yang. So you could count that beginning part as 3.
Okay.
Guys, none of this is like biblical. It's,
Yeah, I know. I was
no,
just wanted to check if I was wrong or not.
no. You're right. What's important is how you're thinking about it, and you're thinking about it the right way.
Okay.
If you are winding up to then hit, quote unquote hit, yeah, that's a yin and yang cycle.
Okay.
So there are different ways that you can divide the pie. What's important is not that you do it some biblical way handed down on high, but rather that your thinking is supported by your thinking. As long as your thinking is correct, then the way you divided it up is okay. It's exactly the same in music. When musicians say a small band is playing a score and they've got the score there and they're just going to do the score, boom, 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 whatever's written down there, right? But that's not jazz, for instance, because in jazz you're going to improvise on there. But that doesn't jazz is improvisational, but it doesn't mean there are no rules. You still have to be following the underlying rules, even though you're not following the score. Does this make sense?
Mm.
Jill, does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's not so much that the number is right or wrong, it's whether your thinking is clear or not clear about it. So if you want to go, all right, that's wind up, that's hit, all right? Or you could say, all right, this is wind up, that's hit. There's different ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, um, pung is not usually used to strike. It's a component of a strike, but it's not the place that you strike. The place you strike is usually G, sometimes on, but sometimes it can be pung. So the very beginning of the form, we do this motion.
Mm.
Pung. That can actually be kind of a strike. Someone's come up and they've got me and they're choking me, right? I'm gonna come up, their arm's here, I'm gonna come right up underneath their arm. Pung. Right? Now the object of that is not necessarily to hit them so much as it's to contact them. So I'm going to contact them and then I'm going to draw them in. You've heard this before, all right? Draw them in, and 99 out of 100 people's reaction to being drawn in is to move back. And as soon as you feel them, start to move back, that's when you give them G.
Mm.
Because you try not to fight somebody's energy. You try to go with their energy and use their energy. So if somebody's choking me here, that means their energy's coming in on me, right? So I come up and their energy's coming in, I take advantage of that. I draw it toward me, right? In a conflict situation, people don't want to do what you want them to do. They want to do just the opposite of what you want them to do. It's not going through the executive function. It's going through the reptilian brain down here, right? So they're not even going to be conscious of it. And all this happens in split seconds. If you give them 20 minutes to think about it, yeah, they'll do something different. But you're not giving them time to think about it. They're simply reacting. What you've been training in for all this time is to get out of being reactive and to be responsive instead. So you feel his energy coming in on you, oh, draw it in more. Master Zhang used to say all the time, help them do what they want to do. That's how you trick them. They want to come in and choke you, all right, come on in, right? They'll immediately, you can feel their body. Instead of coming in, now it starts to go back. When you feel it going back, then take advantage of it. Right? Draw them in, you feel them go back, push them out. It's very simple. It's so simple, even I can do it. And the thing that's interesting, suppose we were at a workshop. So Jill and Catherine are pushing hands together. I just explained all this so you know and you can anticipate what's going to happen. And I will tell you that you will still fall for it. All right? It'll probably take you a dozen times before you stop falling for that. That's how hardwired our reactions are, how deeply wired into the body they are. It's not going through the conscious mind. So I can say to Jill, okay, Jill, you're gonna push Catherine on the shoulders. She's gonna come up and pull you in, and then you're going to start moving backwards, and then she's going to give you a little push. So Jill, when she pulls you in, don't back up. Well, what will happen is you will still back up. And you may still back up a dozen times before you can break that habit, so to speak, because it's slowly becoming conscious. And you think, oh no, that's not possible. Yeah, it is. Trust me. That's exactly what will happen. Now, the thing is, when someone pulls you in, you don't have to back up 2 feet. All in order to prove this, what I'm saying. In a way, you don't even physically have to move back at all. All you have to do is move back energetically. Catherine, this is the directions. The physical body may not move, but energetically you're moving. The directions from Alexander technique. All right. So a direction in Alexander technique might be, relax your body, stand upright, relax your body. Now, going from your spine out to your shoulders on both sides, run energy outward, but don't move your physical body. Okay, that's Tai Chi. And part of push hands training is to develop the ability to hear that, to perceive that when somebody is doing it. That doesn't mean they know they're doing it. All right? There's an old Tai Chi saying, I see my opponent, but my opponent does not see me. I'm not talking about seeing with the eyes, talking about seeing with another sense. All right? So I pulled this guy in. He's not moving physically, but energetically he starts moving back. As long as he's moving back energetically, it'll work. If he's not moving back energetically, it won't work, because you can't take advantage of his change of direction. Then you're going to have to do something different. All right? So suppose, I'd have to get Annie in here. Suppose somebody's up here like this, but they've had a little training. When I pull them in, they don't move back energetically. Now what do? I got this guy choking me, right? Well, one thing you might do is lift the left side of the body, circle the hand over his hand here over his arm here. Lift on one side and press down on the other. And do that while you're turning. That will also break his chokehold, so to speak. Okay, but it's not a self-defense class. This is an energy class. So you get the idea, right? You have to use your superpower, your Tai Chi superpower, to quote unquote hear their energy. And when you feel that energy, when you feel the wind move from north to south, then you take advantage of it the other direction. How did we get onto this?
Jill was on move 2. And she asked a question, and then I asked another one.
And then it snowballed.
It just snowballed. Well, you know, it's okay.
Energetically.
This is exactly what it was like learning from Master Zhang or Master Feng. You might, I'm sure in their head they went, okay, today we're going to do this, but it hardly ever worked out that way, because you have to take advantage of what's actually happening in the class, of questions that people have or things that actually happen, because that's real. The other stuff gets kind of stiff and bound up. But Jill, does that basically answer your question?
In a larger way, yes.
Okay.
But what I was thinking is that maybe, it's like, okay, so we have 2 weeks, right?
Uh-huh.
Is maybe you assign us moves and then we work on it for 2 weeks, and then when
Uh-huh.
we come back.
Okay, I think that's a great idea. So Jill, I'm going to assign you moves 1 through 6. And Catherine, I'm going to assign you 1 through 6. Get all 6 of them down, and then when we come in, I'll decide which of those 6 moves you're going to do. You'll each do 3.
Okay, we'll work together.
Yeah. They're gonna cheat.
You can do your own. You can do your own Zoom thing and work together. That's a good idea.
And I'll send the list out as it stands, and you guys can try to figure it out from there.
Yeah.
There we go.
So we have about 10 minutes left. Let's just go through the first 6 moves, and I'll call out the yin yang cycles as I see them. So then you'll have those. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. First move. Second move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's make it 12. Let's do the second move one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Third move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fourth move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How did I have on there? How many I have on there before, Kevin?
You had 6.
6 on the fifth move? What's that?
Move 4 is 6 ceiling, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna move 5.
I want to make sure I'm on the right.
Oh, okay.
So for move 5, we had 6.
6. All right, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So
8.
did I miscount? Oh yeah, and 8. You're right, and 8. Good. You get a gold star for today. All right. 8.
Okay.
So let's use that as a foundation for this, and I'll post this recording, and then I'll send you guys the URL for this individually over the email, so you'll know right where to how to get it. And Kevin's gonna make up the list, right? We'll go from there. So I can't remember, was Rand ever? Rand was not in this class, right? He is?
You, Rand, and I were the ones that went through and worked this out the first time. That's where my
Oh
list
yeah.
came.
Yeah. Rand's participation has been very iffy lately. I think
No.
the baby's taken a lot of attention. That's the trouble. You start having kids, and your Tai Chi practice goes downhill. All right. Any questions?
Not yet.
Okay. All right, guys. So we'll see you this week, but we are going to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So we'll see you Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right. Okay, guys. Have a good day. Ciao.
Drink in good health.